Alright, so I know that I've already started a video kind of like this recently, and I hope you'll forgive the ironic repetition, but a lot of the times when I'm on the screen for one of these CAE talks or the CAE videos it's because I'm trying to tell you about writing, and there's a good reason for that. A lot of what you're doing in university is writing, writing essays, writing exams, but there is so much more to being a student, especially nowadays, than just how well you can write. And if I'm going to take my job seriously as the learning specialist, I want to make sure that you are prepared for all aspects of your academic journey. And that's what this next series of videos is all about. I want to look with you at some study strategies that you can adopt to better approach your academic journey. And by study strategies, I don't mean things like how do you memorize definitions for an exam. That can be a video for another day. No, what I mean is, what are some practical things that you can do to better tackle your day-to-day learning? What are some tips or some strategies, some habits that you can adopt so that you can do learning better? Now, most of what I'm going to say here was designed for the online learning environment, but there's definitely things you can translate to the in-classroom learning experience as well. But without further ado, come with me, because all of this is just for show today, as we look at our very first tip: maintaining regular communication with your professors throughout the semester. Because here's the secret. I know it may not always seem like it when you have a really difficult exam or when your professor gives you a paper topic you're not all that interested in, but your professors actually want to see you succeed in their classes. They want to see you knock that paper out of the park, or at the very least enjoy yourself while you're writing it. And that's why they make themselves available to you. That's why they have office hours. It's not just so that they can fill a room or a Zoom call. It's because they want to be able to sit down with you and iron out some of those difficult ideas in the class, or help you narrow down your topic for your final essay. Talk to your professor after class as well. A lot of professors will stay for a few minutes after class and just chat if you have a question. Or if all else fails, send them an email. They may not respond to you instantly because they have busy lives just like you do, but they want to be able to help. And if they can offer you some suggestions via email, they'll be happy to do so. In fact, one of the best ways to ensure you get maybe a half an hour of undivided attention from your professor is to email them and ask, is there a time that we can meet? But there's another benefit to this communication. If you are falling behind in a class or in an assignment, the best thing that you can do is contact your professor in advance. If you wait until deadline day, chances are they're only going to be so lenient. And if you wait until after the deadline has passed, you're probably going to have to take the penalty that's listed in the syllabus because the deadline's passed. You've missed your window to contact your professor. But if you start to recognize that you're falling behind and you contact your professor a few days in advance, giving a legitimate reason why you're falling behind and a plan for how you expect to finish it within a reasonable time of the deadline, you're far more likely to secure an extension from them. It's no guarantee. I just haven't gotten around to this assignment yet is not a very good reason to grant an extension. And yes, some professors are just going to be sticklers for deadlines. But if you show that you're willing to work with your professor and keep those lines of communication open, they're going to be far more likely to work with you. In other words, maintaining communication throughout the semester is good for two reasons. It not only builds a relationship with that professor, but it also keeps you in their good graces should you need their support down the road.